Hi, friends. I'm Dr. Dupes Delos Reyes. I'm one of the speakers of the annual HMA convention, or Hospital Management Asia. This time in 2013, it's being held in Bangkok, Thailand. And with me here right now is one of the major sponsors. We also call them the international and regional partner called IHF, or the International Hospital Federation. And with me here is no less than the Chief Executive Officer himself of the organization. If I call him Mr. or maybe Monsieur, but Eric de Roodenbeke. And hello, Eric. Good to have you here for a few minutes.
Very happy to be here.
Good. And our viewers, I'm sure, are interested in knowing more about, let's begin with IHF itself. Tell us what it's all about and what service it does to the hospital community. So, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
Thank you so much. Although maybe from French origin, IHF is international. So,
it is. Okay.
So
yes,
therefore,
good.
it has nothing to do with my
France.
own origin. IHF is a quite old organization. We were created in 1929, and we are the only organization which is representing the national bodies which are representing the healthcare industry, in the sense that the ones that are delivering care to the population. So it's the association of the association. We are in official relation with WHO since the 50s, and therefore, as an international body, we have three major duties. One is to offer a knowledge platform for our members, so that they don't reinvent the wheel, each of them in their own countries. The other thing we are doing is, I would say, at a high level advocacy with the international organizations to make sure that the healthcare providers are in the radar screen on the policy discussions that are held, and that's one of the reason why we are based in Geneva, where WHO is also based.
I see.
And the third thing we do is we participate to activities that allows to develop innovation in projects or training, and that's the three major activities we are doing. We have, like any organization, we have our own journal, which is on Medline, so it's recognized, and we have a conference, a big annual conference, and website and many other products.
And you hold this annual conference in Geneva or anywhere in the world?
No, we turn around. It's one of our members who is hosting the conference. So our members are bidding to host a conference.
It's all over the world then?
So it turns around the world.
But is HMA lucky to have you as a sponsor, a major sponsor, and what you call we call the regional international partner every year? Am I correct?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I prefer the word partner than sponsor.
I see.
And we have been partners since the early beginning of HMA, since the first year. So it has been for 12 years that we have been along with HMA.
Yes.
Because one of the mission of IHF is to enhance the performance of hospitals. And that's what HMA is doing in this region with all these sessions that you have during these 2 days that allows managers to acquire new techniques, new knowledge that they put in practice, and they have better performing hospitals. We believe in that, and that's why we are part of this event, and we are happy to be along with HMA.
I recall you mentioned that IHF was established in 1929. And before we know it, you're getting your centennial celebration, and which is something HMA, I'm sure, is looking forward to as well. We're in our 13th year, and I wish I could live to 100 and be part of the centennial of HMA. Tell me, Dr. Eric, what has been the highlight of your relationship with HMA? What have been the most significant, or one or two, so that our viewers may find out that it's really a good, almost like some kind of marriage between HMA and IHF. Can you share one or two highlights of your...
Well, I really think there are at least two major elements on which we really are happy and committed to get along with HMA. One is the awards that HMA has been putting in place.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very strong incentive for innovation that is done at local level to be better known and to be better disseminated. So we really believe that the awards that HMA are offering to the healthcare industry is really a very good trigger for promoting the innovations that each are doing it on their own. And often, you know, the hospital managers, they don't brag that much. Some people may think they do, but I can tell you that on the overall they are quite modest people, and they think that what they do locally is only local. And when you really have this international perspective as we have, we realize that a lot of things that are done locally can benefit to a much broader audience. There are slight differences, but the principles are often the same. So that's one very important element.
And
the second one is the fact that we as an organization, our members are mostly the top leaders, the top decision makers. And so along with HMA, we've decided to create this specific session that's called the Asian Leadership Summit.
Asian Leadership Summit.
And so that's the one we organize on behalf of HMA, and that I have the responsibility to chair. And so that's also part of the agreement we have had together, and I think it's a very good combination.
The Asian Leadership Summit is held separately?
No, it's one. It's one session that has a special highlight, and that is more dedicated for the higher the higher level decision makers, and it's more policy oriented than on the day-to-day management and technical, which is important also.
And that's interesting when you mentioned that and the first one about the awards. I noticed, and I would think that it's the Oscar Awards of, or you may also call it the Cannes Festival Awards in France of the hospital industry or a hospital environment in Asia. It really is a very impressive awards night we have every time. And that's something to look forward to. In fact, when you go to HMA conventions, you just don't learn, you enjoy the final night of celebration and of distinguished moments of excellence in hospital management. And given which, I wish we could have more time, Dr. Eric, but we have to say goodbye for now. But I'd like to give if you can have a few seconds to tell them, viewing your talk, our interview here, tell them what they can benefit from if they get to join HMA conventions and feel the presence of a distinguished partner called IHF. Could you say a few words as we wind up, Dr. Eric?
Well, I really think that the immediate benefit is also the fact that there is a very friendly atmosphere that allows to do a networking. And what you can hear in sessions, what you can read on posters, you can follow up with the people, because you never replace the direct contact that you can have during a break or during any of these opportunities, and that allows the HMA to continue over the very precise event. So that's also a very important thing that HMA has accomplished, creating a very nice atmosphere for delegates to meet and to discuss also with all the speakers.
That's a good phrase, the direct contact between the hospital and the patient, for example, and that we get a macrocosm of it in the annual convention. So come all, and witness HMA as it is partnering with IHF once a year for some Oscar awards. And so we say, Monsieur Eric, au revoir to the audience.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you.
And we'll watch out for HMA for next year's convention.